my fellow sneakerheads, what's going on? So today we'll have a little talk, a little discussion. I've been getting some questions on my video, people asking if I wear my shoes, what type of collector am I, do I just collect? So my answer to them that I always say, I do both. I do both. I collect. The collection behind me, that is pretty much my main collection. These shoes behind me, these are all shoes that Jordan wore while he was in the game, while he was balling and getting them trophies, you know. So this is shoes that I collect, but I wear them. I do wear them. But there is shoes in this collection that I do not wear. They're not my style, but I got them because he wore them, and that's a part of the collection. Prime example, I'll give you an example. All-Star Converses, right? He wore this when he was with North Carolina, right? Well, this is not really my style of shoe, right? So I probably wouldn't wear it unless some type of outfit that this would just pop off with, you know. But just on the day-to-day, typically, would I go to the store and buy this shoe for me to wear? No, this is not my style of shoe. But I have it in a collection because it's a shoe that he wore. Okay, so this is what I mean when I say I do both. Because even though I wouldn't wear this shoe, I need this shoe in my collection to complete it, right? Another shoe, Fast Break Converse, same thing. This is not my style of shoe, but he wore it, so I need it for the collection. And this is a shoe that was retro last year, which shocked me. I never would have thought that this shoe would have been retro. But I needed it for the collection because he wore it. Now, let's go to this shoe. I had to have this shoe for the collection because he wore it, but I am not a Jordan 9 person. I really don't like Jordan 9s. Okay, I don't. But I had to get these because he wore them when he was with the Wizards. So, but I have worn these. I wear these like in the wintertime as boots. But this is not my style of shoe, but I have to have it for the collection. So, it's not dead stock, you know. But I do wear my shoes. These shoes that's been dropping lately, right? Like Cement 4s. I had an old pair of Cement 4s. They were not dead stock. I wore those. But they're old. And there's no telling when again they're going to re-retro Cement 4s. So I needed a backup pair. So I bought a backup pair. So now I have a new pair on hand, and I still have my old ones, and I'm still going to rock my old ones. So that's kind of how it is, right? Metallic 5s. My old pair of metallic 5s, I beat them. I wore the heck out of them. I needed a new pair. So now the new pair is in the case, and my old pair is where I can wear them. I can rock those however I want to now. So if I beat them down, I got a backup pair. So that's pretty much how this part of the collection goes. None of these shoes are off limit. I wear whatever I want when I want. It's just, is that my style? Do I wear that? You know. Bread ones. My bread ones, I don't know what it is, but I like the Chicagos and the black toes better than the breads. So I tend to gravitate to those pairs over the breads. So my breads just happen to be dead stock. because I don't know, I just don't gravitate to it. So that's why I didn't buy the new ones that came out. They released a new pair, but I didn't get them. I didn't get them because I don't even wear my old ones. So none of my shoes in my collection is off limits. I wear them whenever I want. It's just that a lot of shoes are not everyday shoes. They're not shoes that I would want to wear every day. I would want to wear them on specific occasions and stuff like that. And that's how I pick it. You know, people want to put every collector or whatever into this big old box and say that, you know, you just buy shoes, you don't even wear them or whatever. And well, each individual collector collect what they want for different reasons. Nobody's reasoning is the same. Every collector is different. Each person likes different stuff, and there's nothing wrong with it. People want to make something wrong with collecting, or something wrong with having a lot of dead stock sneakers in your collection, or, you know, no. I have a lot of dead stock shoes in my collection, but it's because they're shoes that I wouldn't wear every day, shoes that I would want a specific outfit for or a specific occasion for. Some of these shoes you may never see again. So you buy these shoes because you thinking they may never come out again. They may never come back. So you get them. And it's okay. They're here whenever I need it. Whenever I want it, it's here. It's not about just saying that I have it. What benefit does that mean? So what? You know? And like I said, the resale game really made it even more difficult, because now you really, you know, especially trying to get it at retail price. If you get a shoe at retail price, you jump on it because you know the resale gang gonna jack their prices up, and you're like, dang, I could have had that shoe at retail instead. Now I gotta pay double the price, you know. And you get caught up sometimes. Sometimes you get caught up in the hype, and you tend to buy some shoes that, you know, you really didn't want, but you got to get it because you got to get it at retail because you don't want to pay that resale price. You know, that happens. It has happened to me. It happens. It does. And then sometimes, you know, you just got to take that step back, and you got, you know, that's that learning lesson. You know, like, hey, if you don't really want it, no, let it go. It's okay if you don't have every shoe. It's okay. And I don't. And I've been doing that, you know, each year to myself, buying less and less sneakers. Because there's been times I bought a ton of sneakers that I really didn't like. They were okay, but it wasn't something that I had to have, you know. And so I'm getting better. More disciplined. That's the word, discipline. And, but it happens. It happens. Especially being in a community where people feel the same way you do about sneakers, you know. There's a lot of people in this community that love sneakers, and you get to talking, and you get to, sometimes you hype your own self up. Nobody hyped you up but yourself, you know. It happens. It does happen. But that's with anything that you collect, or anything that you like, or whatever. It happens. But again, it's not to say I'm buying all these shoes just to say I have all these shoes or whatever. No, I'm buying what I like, what I love. But in the same token, sometimes you could go overboard. It happens. But like this collection behind me, this collection is shoes that Michael Jordan wore while in the NBA. That's the title of this collection. So whether I wear the shoe or not, if he wore the shoe, it has to be in this collection. So all these shoes that these examples that I showed you, those are shoes that I personally don't like. They're not for me. They're not my style. But he wore them. So that's why they're in this collection. Now, my other collection, those are shoes that I like, I love, and I wear. Those are my style of shoes. And yeah, they're dead stock pairs in those collections because I do have a ton of shoes and I cannot wear all these shoes. And a lot of these shoes are not meant to be worn on a day-to-day basis. They're meant for occasions. And there's no set time or date for the occasions. But the availability of them being here is great because I'll be ready. I'll be ready for the occasion. Speaking of I'll be ready, who all going for the Ferrari Reds tomorrow? Them 14s, who going for them tomorrow? I am. For sure. For sure. And I hope I get cop. That's all I've been talking about. That's another pair I've been talking about all year is them Ferrari 14s. I want them. I want them. That's not no hype. I'm not telling y'all to go after them. In fact, don't go after them. So that way I can get my pair. Because that can secure my pair. So don't go after them. But no, really, that's the shoe that I want. And I'm going to go after it. And that's how it is, you know. I don't necessarily plan on wearing the Ferrari 14s every day. And, you know, no, that's not a shoe that you can wear every day. It's not even a color that you can wear with everything. You know what I'm saying? So you have to wear that when you have a fit for it. So, yeah, but I still want them. I still want them. So, guys, I don't know why people get so riled up at other people about their collections. It's their collection. It's not about, I don't know, most of these shoes, I had these shoes before YouTube. I didn't get these shoes for YouTube. I had these shoes before YouTube. And I, you know, it's just something that I love, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just sharing it with the world. And what I like I said, is I am finding a community of people that also like what I like. And I have people I'm able to talk to, and, you know, we go over stuff and back down memory lane. You know what I'm saying? So it's pretty cool. I like it. It's fun. Nobody's getting hurt. You know what I'm saying? This is cool. It's just sharing. Some people, the newer generation, missed out on a lot of stuff, right? So this just keeps it live. This just lets you know how things started and where it came from. And, you know, a lot of people get a better understanding about certain eras of sneakers. I'm learning every day. And I was here with all these shoes coming out. I was here. This is all my era, but I'm still learning because a lot of stuff, you know, you forget. So it keeps you fresh. You know, I just enjoy it. I know my grandma used to say all the time is you could tell where a person's been and where they're going by what's on their feet. And I never really understood what that meant, but sometimes when you be sitting there and you look at a person into a room or whatever, you find yourself, the first thing you do is gravitate to their feet. Unconsciously. It just happens. So that's, you know, you can see how much care they take of themselves, you know, because your feet got to carry you all your life. So you got to take care of your feet because they got to carry you your whole entire life. But that's just how I am, you know. I have no pressures, no nothing. I'm not influencing anybody to buy anything to do, you know. Jordans and Nikes are my preference, but they are not all that I have. You know, I do wear Adidas. There's different types of shoes that are in my collection, different styles of shoes that are in my collection. But Nike and Jordans are my tops. They are. But guys, just wanted to have a little discussion because, like I said, my videos in the comment sections, you can see, you know, people always asking me about, you know, my collection, something about why am I collecting, and then they always want to know, do I wear my shoes? But yes, I wear sneakers every day. And there is no shoes in my collection that is off limits. I will wear any one of them. It's just a matter of when and what occasion. So, guys, I'm looking forward to adding another shoe to the collection, and we shall find out tomorrow if I hit on those Ferrari 14s. So guys, until next time, like, comment, subscribe to my channel, hit that notification bell so you'll be notified on my next video. Until then, this is Nickie Poo and I'm out. Peace.